Hello, gorgeous people. My name is Georges, and welcome back to another episode of the Music Review. Today, we are watching two national anthem performances, one from Season 4 and one from Solidified. I haven't talked about bands or groups in a while. It's a good opportunity for me to tap back into it. Without further ado, let's listen, starting with the performance of Season 4 at the Netflix Christmas show.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
I was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars.
It seems like they've opted for more classic performance, straightforward melodies, without too altering the essence of the national anthem too much. And I feel like that was a choice. I feel like they definitely have the the diversity of vocal tone to be able to produce extraordinarily creative harmonies. But I think they chose, maybe they were told not to do that, because of course it's the Netflix Christmas show, and it always gets a lot of political attention for some reason. Even when they choose a classic melody, you can still hear the beauty and the richness of your tone. Even when they choose to do a classic melody without adding anything too creative on top of it, you're still reminded of how different your voices are and how beautiful and how unique each of their voices are. And I really enjoy that.
We watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, they prove through the night that our flag was still there.
We don't talk enough about, of course, the national anthem is, whether you like it or not, the national anthem is a political song. It is. It just is. And it's become even more political by the type of people who choose to embrace it in specific kind of ways. But I'm not going to dive too much into that. But if you know, you know. But the fact remains is that it is a beautiful song. It's like a beautiful ballad. At the end of the day, if you just focus on the musicality of it, it's a very good plain song for people to show their creativity. It's like a good playing field for artists and musicians to play with.
That our flag was still there.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave
o'er the land of the free and the home of the
That was beautiful, especially their ending harmonies. I really found that so enjoyable. I think some people tend to prefer more original renditions of the national anthem. I think I'm one of those people. I like when people take a lot more risk when they're singing national anthems, extend the melody here, change the melody a little bit here, and then, but the lyrics are going to be the lyrics anyway, but you can take some more risk with the melody. I think they chose not to do that here, but I feel like, in my opinion, the Netflix Christmas show, especially this year, especially because Beyonce did it last year, it took such a political tone that I feel like regardless of who you are, if you're performing at the Netflix Christmas show or at the Super Bowl, you're not a well-known artist, you kind of feel restricted, or you maybe are restricted because the Netflix or the organizers of the show tell you not to do certain things and not to take certain risks. And so I feel like here, either they restricted themselves regarding how creative they could be, or they were restricted about how creative they could be by the organizers or by Netflix. And that's unfortunate, but it was still a beautiful performance. And I think there are some people who actually enjoy when the classic melody of national anthem is maintained. There's some people who feel like that maintains the spirit of the song better when you don't make too many creative changes to it. And so in either case, I still found that performance beautiful. All right, let's now listen to the second performance, which is a performance from Solidified at also at a football game.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight?
Okay, first of all, you see that? They already made a creative change to the song. Let me repeat that. So it was proudly held instead of the normal melody. And I really enjoy those kind of changes.
At the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars.
Okay. See, I like extension. They're extending the melody. I noticed about my my taste in harmonies is I feel like I prefer harmonies where the bass is emphasized or where you can actually feel the bass at all. And so that's probably the reason why I sometimes prefer mixed bands or male bands, is because I feel like the bass adds a groundedness and a richness to the harmonies that a female harmonies just lack a little bit. But sometimes there are female harmonies with a woman who has a good bass, and that's still good. Just crowns it and gives it a richness that I really enjoy.
Through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting. That our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star spangled banner yet wave?
First of all, let's stop there. Malik will deliver the vocals every time. Every single performance of Solidified that I've seen, the highlight for me is always Malik's voice. He is, for me, the anchor of that group. When it comes to pure vocals, y'all can't do without him. There's something about not only his ability to hit the high notes, which it's important in and of itself, but it's the vibe that he brings to the song in the middle of it. Let's hear it. Let's listen to it again. Eat down. For the land of the free. I like the creative choices that they're taking, the risk that they're taking with this. My leak is. Yes, yes. I don't think I've ever heard a male group do a performance of the national anthem like that. Not only is this one of the best male group performances of the national anthem, but I think it's the best performance of Solidified ever so far, in my opinion. Even on their song, they don't do this good. This was so well planned out, and I also think they took creative risks at different parts of the song. After one or two bars, they hit you with a nugget, they hit you with a change to the melody or an extension of the melody that like keeps you interested and keeps you feeling like it's an amazing performance, and their harmonies like keep the whole thing going while still maintaining, I think they still maintain the spirit of the song in itself. Like you can still sing along somewhat. For the people who like singing along to the national anthem, you can still sing along to it. So I feel like they still kept the main melody somewhat present while taking creative risk at different points throughout, which made it super interesting to listen to. I really enjoyed this performance. So let's do closing thoughts. I heard that there were that season 4 got a lot of negative backlash with your performance, which for me is like so surprising. Like they didn't even take any risks, so like there was no reason for anyone to be upset by what they did. It was beautiful, it was classic, it was straight to the point with beautiful harmonies added throughout. I feel like people had other issues with that performance that had nothing to do with your vocals or your singing, and I think that's what is important to remember here. I do feel like, in my opinion, I think they were restricted in terms of the creative risks they could take for a performance like the Netflix Christmas show. They were either self-imposed restriction or restrictions by the production of the game. But the reality of it is, I feel like the good takeaway from me for the hate that they received is when you are someone who represents difference. And I think season 4 represents difference in so many ways, not only because of their racial differences, there's also the difference in gendered dressing. They don't necessarily represent what you would classically expect in terms of dressing to fit a certain gender stereotype. They also represent difference in terms of like body types. You know, they represent difference in so many ways that when you see them, you can't help but think of the word diversity slapped all over them, right? And we know that what that word carries, and it's become very political. And in my opinion, the Netflix Christmas show is it's only the second occurrence of it, but it's already so political. I feel like the hate that they received was more about them than about your performance. The thing that is even more sad is if they had taken more risks, they would have gotten even more backlash. That was a very classic performance of the national anthem. They didn't take any risk, but I think they would have gotten even more backlash if they had taken as much risk as Solidified did for that show. Yes, I did prefer Solidified's performance because of their ability to take risks, to change melodies, to extend melodies, but season 4's performance was still amazing. And like, I don't know what more motherfuckers want from them. Like, it's crazy to me. In any case, I feel like I enjoyed both, but I think the good news here is the fact that like this gave us an opportunity to talk about both of them. And in today's day and age, attention is like the best currency, really. Like, especially when you're a new artist, any attention you can get, sadly, positive or negative, any attention you can get is good for your career. And I love that they got this attention for both your performances. That was all for me today. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know what performance was your favorite in the comments. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.